Imagine you're walking through the turnstiles of Magic Kingdom. The scent of freshly popped popcorn wafting through the air, Cinderella Castle glittering ahead. Now, imagine doing it without crowds elbowing past you or feeling like you're missing out on hidden magic. That's what today's video is about. Disney World secrets the parks don't shout about. I've spent years exploring every nook and cranny of Walt Disney World, from riding Tron at midnight to sneaking into quiet corners during peak crowds, and I've learned dozens of tricks that most visitors never discover. In this episode, we're going to unpack 9 secrets that can transform your trip from ordinary to extraordinary. We'll move quickly through each one, starting with the biggest mistake most people make on day 1. Miss even one of these, and you might end up wasting hours in line or walking right past magic hidden in plain sight. Ready? Let's go. Number 1. Rider Switch, the ultimate family hack. Families with small children often face a dilemma. Some rides have height requirements that little ones can't meet. That's where Rider Switch comes in, a free service that lets adults take turns riding without waiting twice. Disney's official Rider Switch page explains how it works. When your party reaches the ride entrance, tell a cast member you want to use Rider Switch. They'll scan the tickets of the adult waiting with the child, Party B, and assign the return time. Party A enters the queue and rides while Party B waits outside. When Party A returns, Party B can then board via the lightning lane or a special entrance without waiting in the standard line. The policy states that this service is meant for situations where a guest doesn't meet boarding requirements or doesn't plan to ride, like, a child that's too scared to go on the ride. And it allows a maximum of 2 people to ride on the second go. There's even a helpful hint. Party B can relax somewhere comfortable or grab a cool drink while they wait. That's right, you can have a snack, explore a nearby shop, all while your partner rides. When they return, you swap. If Party B only has one adult, one person from Party A may actually ride again with them. Rider Switch is available at most major attractions across all 4 parks, from Space Mountain and Tron to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and Rise of the Resistance. It's a lifesaver for families with toddlers who nap in strollers or kids who are too short for thrill rides. There's no extra cost or registration. Just remember to ask at the entrance before you get in line. Cast members cannot add it afterwards. Number 2. Use single rider lines to slash waits. Ever notice those empty seats on rides like Expedition Everest or Test Track? They exist because theme parks seat groups efficiently. Disney solves this with single rider lines, separate queues for guests willing to ride alone. These lines often fill odd-number seats and often move much faster than the standard queue. Undercover Tourist explains that single rider lines allow you to join a separate queue used to fill odd-numbered groups, meaning you'll frequently skip large portions of the wait. It's not for everyone. Children must be at least 7 years old, and you won't always get to sit with your group. In fact, you hardly ever do. But for teens and adults, it's a godsend. Identify rides that offer single rider. As of 2026, they include Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Rock and Roller Coaster, Test Track, Expedition Everest, Soarin' occasionally, and a few others. When you approach the attraction, look for the single rider entrance. Cast members can point it out. Designate a meetup spot after the ride because you will be split up. The Undercover Tourist Guide recommends setting a meetup location and notes that these lines are best for adults and older kids because you must be comfortable riding alone. Also, single rider lines aren't always open. If the standby queue is short, Disney might close the single rider option, but when they're available, it's like having a cheat code. On Expedition Everest, I often wait 5 to 10 minutes in single rider while the standby line stretches to 45. It's also fun socially. You end up riding with strangers who are just excited as you are. Number 3, master mobile ordering and when to use it. Food lines can chew up your day, especially during lunch rush. That's why mobile ordering in the My Disney Experience app is such a powerful tool. Instead of standing in a queue, you pick your restaurant, select a pickup window, and pay through the app. Then, swing by when your window opens. Plan Disney notes that mobile ordering makes it easier to order meals at quick service restaurants and automatically pairs items for the Disney dining plan. Practically Perfect Pixie Dust, a website dedicated to Disney tips, goes even further. They recommend placing your mobile order while you're in line for a ride so your food is ready right as you get off. It's like turning two lines into one. Timing matters. The biggest lunch rush hits between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., so schedule your mobile order pickup before 11 or after 2 to avoid the long waits. I often order a sandwich from Columbia Harbor House around 10:45 or after 2:15 p.m., then stroll right past the lunch crowd. If you do order during the peak, choose a location off the main corridor. Mobile ordering at Flame Tree Barbecue at 12:30 p.m. might still require waiting for a table, but at less popular spots like Les Halles Boulangerie in Epcot's France Pavilion, you can walk right in. Another hack: check whether your resort offers mobile order. Many quick-service restaurants at resorts will prepare meals for you to pick up and take back to your room or the pool. You can also add free ice water through mobile ordering. Plan Disney notes that when you mobile order food, you can include a cup of ice water at no extra charge. That leads us neatly into our next secret. But first, hold that thought. You've just mastered the art of skipping the long food lines with mobile ordering. That trick alone saves you 30 minutes of precious park time and leads you straight to your next secret. But what about all the other little things that chew up your money and energy? Let's dive into that. The Florida heat is relentless, and buying an endless string of $5 bottled waters is a guaranteed budget killer. We're talking about a secret that keeps you cool, refreshed, and saves your wallet dozens of dollars every single day. If you can turn a 2-hour wait into a 10-minute queue, imagine the magic you can unlock when you never have to pay for the most essential thing in the park. Get ready for the easiest way to defeat the heat and save a fortune. The next secret is pure hydration gold. Number 4. Stay hydrated with free water and Starbucks venti cups. Florida heat is no joke. Dehydration sneaks up quickly in the parks, but you don't need to spend $5 on bottled water every single time. Plan Disney's panelists remind guests that you can request a complimentary cup of ice water at any quick service restaurant or snack kiosk that serves fountain beverages. This tip alone can save a family of 4 dozens of dollars per day. When lines at a restaurant are long, head for snack kiosks. They have fountain machines too. If you're placing a mobile order, add an ice water to your cart, and it will be ready with your meal. For larger cups, Plan Disney recommends hitting the Starbucks locations in each park because they hand out big venti cups of water for free. The only downside is that Starbucks lines can be long, but if you're already grabbing a cup of coffee, it's a no-brainer. I also like to bring a reusable bottle and refill it using these free cups. Remember that outside ice is no longer permitted in coolers, and glass containers are prohibited, so rely on Disney's free water instead of lugging heavy coolers. The key is to sip often. When combined with our midday arrival strategy and breaks in shaded areas, staying hydrated keeps your energy levels high and prevents headaches. And speaking of avoiding crowds, let's talk about paths most people never find. Number 5. Sneak around on hidden pathways. Disney World is designed like a giant circulatory system. The main arteries, Main Street, the central hub, and Epcot's promenade get congested while smaller veins carry fewer guests. Disney regulars use hidden pathways to avoid bottlenecks and reach attractions faster than you do. Mickey Visit, a reputable planning site, lists 15 such paths. One of my favorites is the Tomorrowland to Storybook Circus pathway. This quiet connector runs between Tomorrowland and Storybook Circus near Tron. When Tomorrowland is packed, this path gives you an alternate route toward Fantasyland without looping around the speedway. It's shaded, so it doubles as a cooldown spot. The article recommends using it in the afternoon and evening when Tomorrowland congestion peaks. Another gem is the Tomorrowland Terrace cut-through off Main Street. Most guests head straight through the hub toward Cinderella Castle, but you can slip through the dining area at Tomorrowland Terrace on the right-hand side. Mickey Visit points out that this path remains quiet even on the most crowded days. It's especially useful in the morning when rope drop crowds clog the hub. Use it to bypass the hub and head straight to Space Mountain or Tron. Out in Frontierland, there's a wooden boardwalk along the rivers of America. It doesn't shorten your walk, but It removes you from the shoulder-to-shoulder crowds. Mickey Visit notes that most guests rush to Big Thunder Mountain or Tiana's Bayou Adventure and completely miss this calm boardwalk. Because it sits on the water's edge, it's visually relaxing and perfect for a mid-afternoon breather. The article suggests using it during busy afternoons. Just remember to apply sunblock because it is exposed. If you're exploring Epcot, there's a hidden bridge connecting World Celebration to the Odyssey that cuts through the festival booths. It's often skipped because merchandise booths block its sightlines, but using it lets you avoid the throngs heading to World Showcase. In Animal Kingdom, try the shaded Pandora to Africa path behind Satuli Canteen or the Discovery Island trails, which wrap around the Tree of Life and provide quiet loops away from the crowds. Using these shortcuts not only saves time, it also gives you mental breathing room in parks that can feel overwhelming. Number 6. Get free celebration buttons and customize them. Disney loves celebrations, and they provide complimentary buttons for just about any occasion: birthdays, first visits, anniversaries, and graduations. Plan Disney's Shawnette shares that celebration buttons are a great way for cast members and other guests to acknowledge your special moment. She explains that you can pick up these free buttons at guest relations in each park, at merchandise locations, or at the front desk of any Disney Resort hotel. They even leave space to write your name or event for a personalized touch. To get one, stop by guest relations at the entrance of any park and ask. They'll usually have several designs on hand. I always pick up a first visit button for friends so cast members can offer extra smiles and occasional surprises for them. If you want something truly unique, Plan Disney suggests visiting Ye Old Christmas Shop in Magic Kingdom, where cast members can hand letter or Disneyfy a button for a small fee. Think glittery calligraphy and little flourishes. These buttons make for wonderful keepsakes and can sometimes lead to unexpected magic. I've had a Dapper Dan quartet break into song when they saw my happy birthday button. Wearing celebration buttons signals to cast members that you're celebrating. They may hand you a free cupcake at a table service meal, choose you for a special moment in a show, or simply shower you with happy birthday greetings. The button itself is a free souvenir, and customizing it adds a small cost, but for a big memory. Every Disney pro I know wears them proudly. It's one of the simplest ways to sprinkle pixie dust on your day. Wait, pause the planning for a second. The last secret was pure pixie dust, a free personalized souvenir that can unlock surprise moments of magic. You've now got the tools to slash ride waits, stay cool and hydrated for free, navigate the parks like a pro, and collect a priceless keepsake. But we've still got 2 of the biggest money savers left to reveal. Think about the one thing you always spend too much on: the photos. Those beautiful, professional memories you feel you must buy. What if I told you there's a simple trick to get PhotoPass quality pictures without the PhotoPass price tag? Get ready to transform your camera roll, because this next secret is about capturing memories that will last a lifetime for the low price of absolutely nothing. Let's dive into the ultimate photography hack. Number 7. Let PhotoPass photographers use your camera. Professional photos are one of the best souvenirs you can bring home, but the Disney PhotoPass service can be expensive if you buy every photo individually or purchase Memory Maker. Now, there's a hack. You can politely ask PhotoPass photographers to take pictures with your own camera or smartphone. In a Plan Disney answer, a panelist confirms that PhotoPass photographers can and will take a picture of you with your camera, noting that it depends on how busy they are. If there's no line, go ahead and ask. If a line is forming, consider letting them use the official camera to keep things moving. This trick works especially well at character greetings, where there are usually 2 cast members, a PhotoPass photographer and an additional attendant. The attendant often volunteers to snap a shot with your device, while the photographer takes their own. This eliminates the need to pose twice, saving you time and giving you immediate access to the photos on your phone. It's perfect for families who want high-quality shots but aren't committed to buying a PhotoPass package. When you ask, be friendly and mindful of others waiting. Say something like, "Would you mind taking one with my phone too?" Then step aside quickly. Cast members are generally happy to oblige if it doesn't slow down the line. Remember, this isn't officially advertised. It's an insider courtesy that's widely appreciated when done respectfully. Not only does it save money, but it also captures candid moments that PhotoPass might not release. Number 8. Arrive around 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Let's start with timing, and I know this sounds counterintuitive. You've probably heard people tell you to rope drop, meaning to show up before park opening and sprint to your first ride. But here's the secret. If you aren't a morning person or have little kids, arriving around 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. actually makes a lot of sense. Multiple data sources show that average wait times across Walt Disney World spike sharply late in the morning and then begin to plateau around lunch. Wait times reach their daily peak of about 39 minutes at roughly 11:30 a.m., remain steady around noon, and then gradually fall into the mid-30s as the afternoon wears on. By 2 p.m., waits drop to around 35 to 36 minutes, and by dinner time, they're closer to 30 minutes. Here's why arriving later works. First, you avoid the rope drop sprint when everyone is running to the same headliners. Second, you don't exhaust yourself at 7 a.m. in Florida humidity only to hit a wall by mid-afternoon. Plan to sleep in, have a leisurely breakfast at your resort, maybe enjoy a swim, and then catch a bus or Skyliner into the parks around midday. If you're traveling with young children, this slow start can make the whole day feel more relaxed. A Disney blog that focuses on afternoon touring at Hollywood studios notes that wait times peak earlier in the day, but by late afternoon, many attractions have short lines and low waits. The same strategy applies across the resort. There's more. In 2019, Disney even sold a Midday Magic ticket, allowing guests to enter afternoon at a discounted price. The existence of that ticket proves Disney knows that a late arrival can be advantageous. So instead of feeling guilty about sleeping in, embrace it. Enjoy your coffee on your balcony while others are crammed shoulder to shoulder at rope drop. Then arrive around 11:30 or noon. Spend your first hour exploring shops, grabbing a snack, or hopping on less crowded rides like the People Mover. By mid-afternoon, the crowds start to thin as families take breaks, and you'll be refreshed and ready to stay for the evening when lines shorten. The only caveat is that midday is the hottest part of the day. To beat the heat, build in a midday break. The Disney Tourist blog recommends leaving the park during the hottest and busiest hours to nap or swim, and then returning in the late afternoon. Because you arrived later, you'll still have energy to close out the park at night, which brings us to our next secret. Number 9. Take in the kiss goodnight after closing. Finally, let's talk about a slice of Disney magic that few guests stick around to see. The Kiss Goodnight is a brief show at Magic Kingdom that plays after the park closes. According to Disney Tourist blog, the Kiss Goodnight is a little over 2 minutes long and is Walt Disney World's way of saying goodbye to guests. It typically plays every 30 minutes after the park officially closes, and it starts with Cinderella Castle twinkling to the music of When You Wish Upon a Star. Many people never see it because they rush to leave after the fireworks, but staying a bit longer rewards you with one of the last bursts of pixie dust. The show features a narrator who thanks guests for visiting and reminds them of Walt's vision for the park: imagination, dreams, and fairy tales. The blog points out that it's only visible and audible from Main Street and does not occur at any other Disney Castle park. Plan Disney notes that there's no official schedule and that it happens most nights about 30 minutes after closing. Cast members can confirm whether it's scheduled on a given night. On some evenings, you might see it multiple times. One blogger recounts seeing it 4 times in a single night. Staying for the Kiss Goodnight transforms the park into a quieter, almost intimate space. The crowds thin out, the lights shimmer, and you can stroll down an uncrowded Main Street to the soft strains of Walt's farewell message. My favorite memory is listening to the narrator say, Walt Disney said that the Magic Kingdom is a world of imagination, hopes, and dreams. While holding a sleepy child in my arms, it encapsulates why we keep coming back. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite hidden gem or secret at Walt Disney World? Have you ever seen the Kiss Goodnight, or Used Rider Switch? Drop your stories in the comments. Your experience helped fellow Disney fans plan better trips. If you found value in these secrets, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your Disney-loving friends. Subscribe for more insider guides and click the next video on your screen. Thanks for spending some time with me, and remember, your adventure is just beginning.